cute. Yep, keep it cute. Y'all messy.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Talking to you guys about Ready to Love, dealing with Khalfani and dealing with Adriana. The war is not over. The war is not over. Guys, if you are a new person to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. You can click on the bell button for notification of the uploads and the new notifications and the great content that's going to be coming, okay? I appreciate you, man. I know I said new notifications twice. I just wanted to highlight to you. All right, and those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Don't forget to grab your merchandise as well and get your hoodie for the winter time, baby. I appreciate you. All right, cool. Let's talk about it. So Khalfani and Adriana, it's been an amazing journey. We're episode 7 now, and so many things have happened. We've spoken quite candidly about Denise and Khalfani, and I kind of said it in the very beginning that Khalfani isn't gonna I mean, he may choose Denise in the very end. He might do. I just don't know how long lasting this relationship would ever be because of energy. Okay, and the energy is now beginning to show itself now in this episode. Okay,
Look unstable.
She's had plenty of time to hang with me and chill with me.
It's like she wants a cake and eat it too. You can't do that when people out here are for real. This is their real life.
The reason why they showed us in the very, very beginning why Khalfani said I don't like jealousy is because there were going to be some jealous parts. These people are storytellers, okay? They want to show you a story and then kind of fill in the blanks for you, right? So we now got in episode 7 where we've seen Denise kind of breaking her mold. We saw this earlier on when Adriana got underneath her skin by initiating war and going to take Khalfani from her hands and laying with him, etc., right? And so that was the first kind of stage we saw her breaking character, right? Her almost feeling pain and us seeing her vulnerable now, yeah? And so in this episode, we get to see a more vulnerable side of her once again. And I already said this in the last episode. I said Adriana was not going to let this lie down. It became a war when I saw in the tavern last episode where she was like, yeah, Rashid likes me, and yeah. She was not happy. Why? Because she just wants to win. Let's be honest. I already done said it. She just wants to win. Let's be real. Like, let's get it twisted. Yes, she finds Khalfani attractive, and maybe the panties are in the knickers and are in a twist, yeah? And the head done spin, yeah? But part of her is very competitive.
You really don't like the look? Oh, she really don't like the look? I'm glad you're not one of those people like, achoo!
I don't even like.
And that is highlighted once again when they're playing this simple game. Just like when they're playing Connect 4 last time, the big Connect 4 with Khalfani, and once again, they're playing another game and Khalfani's winning. And here's the thing. That game, I believe, is a metaphor, or should I say, it symbolizes what's really happening between Khalfani and Adriana. Right? And Denise. Khalfani is an expert game player. Woof, the guy is different levels. I'll tell you why. Notice that you rarely kind of see him moving to the gal. It's gal them coming to him. You rarely see him going to pursue, but Adriana and Denise have come to him. And there were some interesting words that he said on the couch a little bit later on, and I'm going ahead of myself a little bit, where he said to her about the women that choose him. He didn't say the women that he chooses. He said women that choose me. Now that's very important because that means that now he's not moving to them. They're moving to him, and then he's deciding X, Y, Z, right? And you know, so that first of all, that can be problematic in its own self anyway, because you're not actually then sometimes you're not really vetting the process because you're not going out to them, they're coming to you. But anyway, so you know, that's why I noticed that even when he's putting his arm like around Adriana, even the way he puts her arm around it's not overbearing. You know, I said about this when she first came to sit on him on the couch or whatever. You watch how his hand, even though there's still a gap, he didn't want to touch her shoulder almost, right?
Keep it cute. Keep it cute. Yep.
Right? Same thing here. It was like he's put his arm around her, but again, it's almost respectful, right? He wants you to draw into him. Yeah, he wants to make sure the choosing signals are 100% okay. You understand? Before he makes any killer instinct move, which he made today. He was talking about, jokingly saying to her, oh, you know, it looks like you want to be like flipping up the table and saying like achoo and flipping up all the table and everything like that, right? It was a little joke, but it was absolutely real because he senses her competitiveness. He senses her ability, her desire and drive not to want to lose. Look, Adriana has made it her mission. I'm going to be very frank. I believe so. In her hearts of hearts, if she's really honest, let's be honest, she's made Denise her competition. Like, I'm going to win at all costs. Because what it does for the ego to take Khalfani, first of all, from Denise, but also as well to have the top dog want her. Because remember earlier in the season, they said Khalfani, everybody likes Khalfani and Khalfani likes everybody, right? That was what Shay's sentiment was. This is the guy that everybody kind of wants in the back of their, I guess in a sly kind of way, right? He's an alpha kind of dog kind of in a sense, right? He's a star player. So everybody kind of wants him. So if you can get him, what does that do for your ego? What does that do for you? Like, when you're a game player and you're competitive and you beat the top football team, or you beat the top tennis player or the top American football team, right? You beat the best you beat the best basketball team. How does that make you feel when you beat that person? There's a different feeling. So when you're competitive, you realize beating the best makes you feel different. All
Adriana from the beginning has been saying is Rashid, Rashid, Rashid. Now Adriana's like King Cali. I applied a little pressure. He knows I'm locked and loaded on her.
So when she's taking the best of the crop from Denise, it's making her ego some way. Let's be very frank and very real with that. You understand? So yes, I believe Denise is absolutely right to feel the way she feels because she can see the game that's being played. But I want to make it very clear. Denise must also begin to see that her man Khalfani is also a game player. If not one, better than Adriana, because he sensed and was aware of her game playing. You know, he hasn't forced it. That's why she said in the earlier episodes, well, you haven't really come to me and I don't know if you really like me. She knows why she can't determine that 100%. And then he had to confirm it. And the reason why to confirm it is because he's not coming to chase. Like, you come to me and I will talk. You understand? Yeah, he's got that kind of proverbial predator instinct, bruv. He's there lurking, bruv. You come to him, bro.
People, the woman I'll end up with will kind of choose me, and then I'll be like, okay, she seems cool. But then things start happening. Then, you know, the true person comes.
You understand? And so he senses the game in Adriana. Right? That's why when he says, he makes a little joke about, when he beat her, said obviously King Cali. But guess what he does at the very end when he's talking about Rashid? He does the exact same thing that Adriana does. When he says that, Adriana was talking about Rashid. And now she's talking about King Cali. Bro, what do you think that is? That's celebration. Why is that celebration? Taking a scout. Listen, whether he likes Rashid or not, whether he does, it doesn't make a difference. Taking a scout of somebody. Hearing that this girl was fully gung-ho, talking about how Rashid is the one, and you can take her from him. Let me be very frank with you. There's a lot of egos in the way right now. Now, Khalfani is different because the ego is suppressed. It's not shown outwardly. You don't see it very audaciously out there. But he's got a massive ego. The ego is to win. Do you understand? The ego for Khalfani is to win. And I said this when the first video we did. Go back and watch the very first video I spoke about Khalfani. I said, this guy is a bodybuilder. He's competitive. There is no way he's not competitive. All right? But just like bodybuilders, listen, they work in their solitudes. They work with their team, but they don't work in front of other bodybuilders, like who are competing against them oftentimes, right? They have their own separate gym. They go in and they come and compete. Same tactic here. Covert. I'm not going to show you my hand. I'm just going to pop up. Pow. You understand? When it's competition time, pop up, pa, that's it, right? And the same thing he's been doing. And so when I started realizing, wow, okay, these two are playing the game. These two are playing the game for themselves. He's snagging her from someone else. She's snagging him from someone else, right? So this is their own little mini battle. But one thing that's interesting is the way that Khalfani is able to describe Adriana compared to what Adriana described him. Because she was describing all the physical attributes, whereas he actually described intrinsic attributes of her, you know. And so we'll discuss that a little bit later on anyway, what he actually said. But when they were talking on the couch, he said, oh, I hate bickering, blah, blah, blah. Now, at this point, we already know he doesn't like jealousy, doesn't like to be fighting over that. He's not that kind of guy, right? That's not his thing. So when Denise is now walking past, unfortunately, Denise can't hide her emotions.
Keep it cute. Keep it cute. Yep, keep it cute.
Her emotions are on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And so when she walks past, she turns her head, looks at the couple, but she's really looking at Adriana like, nah, man, you're doing too much. But she's also looking at Khalfani too and getting on like, can you not see this nonsense? Like, the girl doesn't really want you. Like you don't want her, you want me, kind of thing, right? And so she's hurt by seeing them two cozying up, because for her, Khalfani was her main choice. This is why the Anthony situation was just a layaway. It wasn't necessarily it was just an addition for her, but she couldn't really play the game. She can't really play the game because she's not like that. This game isn't for people like Denise. It's not for people like me either. I would die. Hey, come and see the girl that I like out here chilling and talking with a guy that I know that she likes to know. Let me not see it. You understand? Let me not see it. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Out of sight, out of the mind, baby. You know what I'm saying? And so Denise obviously actually walks, you know, showing her temperament, blah, blah. And then she walks back the other way and then says,
yep, keep it cute. Y'all messy.
Now you're accusing the brother of being messy. That's not going to go down well. But I've already told this already. The energy that she exudes will push Khalfani away. In fact, anything, I think that he's always liked her. But again, I keep telling people, when people say I like you, it doesn't mean that they want you all the way. I like you has many different connotations. Go watch my video on I like you. I spoke about this. Me saying I like you does not mean I'm fully converted to you. Right now, that I like you could be present. I do like you and I have no other option. So I do like you. I like you could mean I do like you as a friend. I like you, maybe I like you because I want to have sex. I like you can mean so many different things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I want you and I want to be with you. Right? And so this is what we got Khalfani and Denise. I already said it. Khalfani was never sold on Denise. That's why he playing the game he playing. He was never sold on Denise. He was just weighing up his options. And if it comes, worst comes to worst, the way that he played it, he would have ended up with Denise and ends up at the very end of the show, right? But now he's got a chance with Adriana. What's he doing? He's maximizing, he's capitalizing on this particular situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy knows what he's doing, man. He's kept his options open, which is what I said to you guys from earlier on, that he will do this because, all right, it gives him more power. And it also means, well, he can't get jealous. Why would he get jealous? Because you have options, and I'm guessing part of his life he's always had options. Part of his life he's always had women, so he will never get jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because he always has control and power, right? Jealousy comes when we feel like we don't have control, don't have power over the other person, right? We don't have control and power over a situation. Someone might say it's ugly. I say it is ugly, but a lot of us, listen, when you know the Bible says God is a jealous God. You know, he don't want you nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand it. I can understand the emotional jealousy. When people say they're not jealous at all, like if I say I'm not that jealous, it doesn't mean I don't get jealous. So it doesn't mean I don't get jealous. Listen to what I'm saying. It doesn't mean I don't get jealous. It means I'm not the jealous type, but I can still get jealous. You know what I mean? Yeah, jealous.
Wanna go?
Why?
I just don't want no problems.
There's not gonna be any problems.
Okay.
Yeah, that's funny to me.
Obviously, Adriana's very clever. A very, very smart game player. She knows how to wind you up, but she also knows how to, I say it again, play into the femininity, the feminine wiles, if someone might call it that. You know, the Eve in the Bible, okay, before anyone talks about feminine energy, Eve in the Bible was the quintessential of feminine wiles. Did she speak to Adam? No. When she gave him the fruit, she did not speak. She just gave it to him. You understand? When women act, men are moved. You understand? When women act, men are moved. When men talk, women are moved. Do you see the difference? Right? Because women are moved by power, and words are what? Influence, power. Men are moved by what? Might. So that is what? Action. So when women utilize action, men move. Which is why when women say, here is my boundaries, and the guy will go, well, okay, let's see if that's your boundaries and test it. If you don't act, If you don't set the boundary for him, he will go past it because you didn't act, you said it. And he doesn't respect power, he respects might. When the woman says that, you've got to action it, baby. Action it. When you say, I'm going to leave you, leave. Leave a man now. Like, don't stay there, bro. Like, don't do that, because he's gonna say, like, well, okay, like, she says one thing, does another. Because he's moved by the action. And vice versa. Women are moved by words. Which is why when these guys go out, they'll be saying all these long-ass words and trying to draw you back in, etc., with the words. Right? I mean, think about it. How did the snake get Eve? Did he put the apple in her hand? She put the apple in, the apple put the fruit in her hand? No. He just spoke to her because she's moved by words. You understand? So, anyway, let me go back to what I was saying. So what Adriana does is very, very clever. She goes, she's like, oh, you know, do you want to go? Like, she said, do you want to go? I just don't want problems. Chick, you lie. You know you lying, girl. You know you lie. You know you playing, girl. You know you playing. You know you playing.
Why are you over here straddling? You look unstable.
She's had plenty of time to hang with me and chill with me.
It's like she wants her cake and eat it too. You can't do that when people out here are...
Like, she knew exactly what she was doing. When she said, obviously, do you want to go? What she's doing is also kind of testing him now, right? She's throwing him words out to see what he's going to do in it. Do you get me? So then he responds by going, he's like, no. Like, why would I need to do that? So she throws herself into the damsel in distress action energy, right? I know this is something that Denise don't like, but I'm going to throw it out there. Adriana showed damsel in distress energy. She's like, do you want me to go? Like, I just don't want no problems. Damsel in distress. What does Khalfani do? He's going to react because, you see, damsel in distress is, I would call it, utilizing as much femininity as you can. And if he's a pure-blooded masculine kind of guy, right, like you see Khalfani is, he's going to respond. Most guys are going to respond like, no, I got you. Don't worry about that. Why? Because the protective energy of a masculine man is beginning to be prodded at. Because what she's saying is, do you want me to go? I don't want problems. Protect me. And so the masculine energy goes, okay, I'll reply to that and I'll protect you. Don't go. No, I want you here. Now that confirms to her, okay, cool. All right, cool, I'll stay. I know you got me, right? And for him, he's like, yeah, she feels safe in my arms. So what's happening is these two are actually communicating on more levels than just what they're saying. Yeah, and this happens a lot in relationships. Like, I'm telling you, when people are jailbreaking relationships, anyway, we'll drop a video for that next week for you guys, jailbreaking. But yeah, that's what she smartly said it. And she did the exact same thing. She did the exact same thing. We call it baited questions, as she did when she was on the couch with him last time.